defending Super Bowl champs, defending their title, opening the season. Thursday Night Football. Falcons coming to Carolina. Our team's looking really good. We made some exciting moves, some tough decisions at the end of the after the Bills game in preseason. Um, our top players are Braden Fisk, Scorton, Manning. We got Princely. We got J.C. Horn. We have offensive tackles, guards. I mean, dude, we got some rookies on the D line and corner. Um, Before we get started, I'm going to kind of go over the decisions that we made. We trade Puka to the Pats for a second round pick. He's got a contract coming up. And I want to see our receivers succeed. We don't need him anymore. I think Leggett could do what he was doing. You know, needs to be a little bit better at it, of course, but I think he'll get there. Let's go over the roster and the moves we made and try to remember the cuts that we had. All right, didn't do anything at quarterback, but Sellers and Vecina looked really good in this offense in the preseason. I would not be surprised if, I mean, we'll talk about it later. I talked about it at the end of the last game, but I'm thinking if this continues, I'd rather, instead of paying him 70 plus million a year, pay both of these guys and get a haul for him. Get rid of that Manning name off of Panthers jersey. It's a little chalky. It's great. Maybe you can win us some Super Bowls, but maybe we can get a haul for it. Have Sellers and Vecina on our team, have them progress just as much for less salary. But first, we got to get through this year, and he's our starter. All right, halfbacks did not change from last year. Um, if anything, they're a little bit better. As I said, Puka's gone, and I'm fine with it. We basically traded for him to get through. We were 2-5 2 years ago. Needed to make the playoffs. Didn't win a Super Bowl that year, but won it last year. We're undefeated. Nick Harbor is our best receiver right now. We got Leggett. We've got Travis Hunter now. The Jags let go of him. He was just sitting on the Bears roster. Basically was given like a fucking pennies on the dollar. And we're going to experiment with him. I was hoping Isaiah Bond would be that guy, but Travis Hunter came in and took his spot. And we're going to experiment with him. He's going to play some corner, some receiver. We're going to have fun with it. Remember, this is 4 years later, so this isn't chalky. The Jags, it didn't work out with the Jags. Coker is going to be the last on our depth chart. He's just kind of boring. I know, Brown's probably, let's see, I can't remember if I have Brown or Hunter third. I think it's Brown right now. I want to see his speed. If he drops some balls, I'll put in Hunter, or Horn Jr. Or if I really need to, I'll put in Coker. But Coker right there is just there right now. Should we need him? He may not get a lot of touches this season. But if he's not, that's because everyone else is doing well. Tight end, the only thing to change there is tight end number 3. We got a rookie out of South Carolina. Michael Smith looked great, has high speed. That's kind of what I was looking for. Got him late in the draft. I think it's 6th round. Looked real good in the preseason. Uh, got Davon Mitchell to be more of an H-back. Saves us money on the cap versus the guy we had. And he's under contract for, I don't know, 3-4 years. Left tackle, Josiah Thompson's going to stay there. Icky's going to stay there for now. If he gives up 2 sacks in a game, I'm going to put in the primary backup McVay, who's technically rated higher than he is. Rookie out of North Carolina, 6'5", 342 pounds. But for now, Icky retains his job. Moko is still our center. We let go of Cade Mays. He's good. He's up for contract renewal, and we had some young guys that were just knocking on the door. He's a hidden dev. McVay was there. Actually, yeah, McVay I think is the primary backup on the interior line now. Takes over for Cade Mays' role there. Donko progressed the whole shit ton. He's probably the best right tackle in the game right now, and a superstar. Reichardt's a superstar. Both their second year. And Gannon's getting up there. The reason why you're seeing these little green arrows up because I updated the coordinators. They're maxed out. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but let me just say the pass blocking, run blocking should be better. The receivers should be good. The linebackers should be fucking waiting to fucking eat at a buffet, starving, haven't eaten in days, and our corners should be better. So we'll see. Hopefully, I hired good coordinators to replace the ones that got hired up. Um, the three linemen and the 3-4 are going to be Fisk, Brown, Washington's the nose. The rush defensive tackles are going to be Fisk, and this kid Jason Dow got late in the draft. Drafted him after Hammond, drafted him after Beeman, but looked amazing. He's got that speed, so we'll see if he struggles against the run or something. You know, I probably can make a move there. But like I said, we also have Beeman, and this kid here, Hammond, was looking real good in the preseason. Better, he looked best, then Hammond, and then Beeman, who was a first round pick, late first round, but still. All right. No changes to our edge rushing core as last year. Trevin Wallace, no changes there. I was looking to get one of the other two guys who were on the practice squad last year into the third inside linebacker, and then I saw Peyton fucking Wilson was let go by the Steelers. He was on the Browns roster, similar to Travis Hunter, traded for him. He's going to start next to Wallace. Powers is the third. I want to see how it goes. Hopefully it's fun. All right, top two corners, Horn and Barron. Third is going to be Prysock. He's a superstar. Fields, meteoric rise in the offseason after being drafted, one of many draft picks, like 6 or something like that at corner. And you know, I basically drafted that many to see who could step up. He was one of them, and Banks did as well. Rick's not as much. I mean, I think he was a 70 overall last year. Right now he's a how much fucking they got boosted 4 overall, so he's a 76. So he boosted up 6 in the off season, and had 2 picks in preseason games. So you know, and I think he on paper he was the highest overall out of the rest. So I think you know he earned that spot. Free safety, we let go of the backup free safety Hicks. Actually, we traded him. I can't remember for what. I think it was a 5th round pick to the Chiefs who needed a safety, free safety, and to fill this free safety 2 players needed, I moved a corner Edmonds who we picked in the first round over to free safety, and just to create that extra roster spot. Nothing is different at strong safety, kicker, or punter. Draft picks: 3 first rounders next year, 2 seconds. Let's see. We got a 3rd from Jacksonville for who was it? Who did we give to Jacksonville? Oh, Riley Moss, the corner. Okay. And then we traded the 3rd to the Bears, I believe. Yeah, the Bears for Travis Hunter. And then we traded our 5th to the Browns for Peyton Wilson. And then we got Casey's for Hicks. Cool. All right. If I can think of anything else, I mean, I can play Travis Hunter at corner, but I got to do the depth chart during the game. I can't do it here in this menu. We'll go over like I'll have to choose a draft class after this game. Talk about it probably next or anytime before the draft. Yeah, I think let's go over the. I guess we can go over our staff. Brad Idzik got hired, I think, by the Dolphins. Gio Rivero got hired by the Buccaneers. We hired Leonard Hankerson at offensive coordinator. These coordinators were picked for their, I guess, development tree or whatever it's called. So, you know, we improved our receivers, we improved our line, we improved the receivers again. Defensive coordinator improved our linebackers and secondary and linebackers. So, I'm hoping to see some things. I'm not expecting it, but I'm definitely hoping for. I'm just basically, how about this? I'm hoping that it doesn't look like shit. But Glenn Schumann was a defensive coordinator. I don't know their history. I just know that I like their talent trees. Seemed to look good in the preseason. All right. We made the news by trading Puka to the Pats for a second rounder. Let's go take a look at the Falcons staff. I can't recall who they have. I don't think they fired their coach. Nick Caley, same coach. We tore them up both games last year. That was like a get right fucking franchise, like dynasty mode. It's just, yeah. Hopefully we have a good game again this year. Their top players are Bijan Robinson, Jalen Walker, and some guy named S. Brown. Let's see, do they have any? Let's look at the injury reports. Oh, by the way, nobody picked up our practice squad players on the first week, so that's good news. We put Daryl Jackson on IR, allowed me to move some things around, keep another guy on the roster without having to move. Because basically, I think it was going to be the Casper defensive lineman, the white defensive lineman, who was looking good, but had was below a 70 overall before boosts, and I was probably going to have to put him on the practice squad, but I didn't want to, so we put him on IR. May not even need to fucking bring him out. We'll see. Falcons. I haven't looked at any of this yet. Okay. Drake London's out already. And then it looks like some backups. Blake Brendel. Alright. Let's go look at their depth chart. Oh, I'm ready to watch some fucking football, man. Some Panthers football. Some hopefully dominating football. Alright. Dylan Raiola picked 2 picks ahead of the fucking Arch Manning. I'm thinking they're regretting it. But we'll see. Oh, that looks like they signed Aiden Chillis. John Robinson, Nate Frazier. Alright. Receivers. Nothing special here. Tight end, tight ends, we always struggle sometimes. Hopefully not. This is their, what was this? Top 5? Top 6? I think they picked him 6 overall. Left tackle. Michael Fasusi out of Oklahoma. See how he does against our edge rushers. You got John Runyon. This guy, Lidstrom's pretty good. Well, okay. So they got, at least one, they have a good edge rusher there. This guy seemed to get some more sacks against us than Walker. Nothing here in the interior defensive front. Dylan Hazen. Jordan Brooks. Tui Peloto. Cam Hart. Eli Bowen, okay. Jesse Bates isn't what he used to be. Sidney Brown, pretty damn good strong safety. His accuracy sucks and earrings might get in the way. Brett Thorson, first punter we drafted. Might be looking for payback against us. Alright. Normally I think looking at this team I'd probably want to run the ball. But we're gonna do until I've been proven. I mean, I think we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. Let's see what it recommends. Defend the deep pass. No, sir. It's going to be short pass or run, but usually it's going to be short pass. Alright, throw it short. Nah. Nah. We're going to throw it medium. Alright. Yeah, we'll make, if we fucking start losing or lose a game or so, we'll make some changes. We'll look into it. I think I did enough fucking changing and tinkering and fucking around and finding out our first 2 seasons, 3 seasons up until the year before last. At the end of the year, things started to come together. All right, I'll hire scouts later. I'm ready to start. I'm ready for some football. You know we're gonna go with all blacks to open the season. Gonna stick with the custom playbook. Let's go.
It's week 1 of the 2029 season, and there's no love lost between these NFC South foes. It's the Falcons and the Panthers on Thursday night primetime.
Our starters, several of our main starters didn't play at all in the preseason. Arch is one of them.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone,
Responsive linebackers,
and we'll start at the 30. So
front,
here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play.
There we go, Peyton fucking Wilson.
We're preparing for the NFL draft.
We're going to revitalize his career and Travis Hunter's.
He's an asset to have in any offense.
On second down, another shot for
Robinson. There we go, again.
And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. Well,
and he's
after
hurt.
all of this, hang on here because
get out the
he
fucking
appears
field.
to be shaken up.
You're done for the fucking
fingers
year.
crossed here, first quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside.
This might get fun.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
I know some guys, they love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
86 is that Jason Dow kid. Oh,
now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's complete to Williams. And he's able to
They're
get this
gonna have to hug that fucking edge all game, aren't they?
Across the 45. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a second down and 4. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Complete. It's Henry. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious?
He's gone. Okay.
Touchdown, Falcons.
All right.
A big play there. 53 yards. And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener.
Who was that missed that tackle?
Excellent
Barron?
start there.
Dave
First drive of the season. Big-time success,
and
putting it in the end zone.
Richie?
And remember, that
sucks,
was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back here. That's going to be a
12,
touchback.
Travis Hunter, you might see
bring
him
it out to the 30-yard line.
So
here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Now he can exhale. His season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
think. What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought
Dude, it looked like that corner was like literally a whole play late.
Completion.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That's taken in. It's Xavier Legette. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Here's Manning to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, damn.
Able to push his way through. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They were looking good on 2nd down,
man.
but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Now Manning. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they are
just saying, I got 3 first-round picks coming next year.
So both
I'm not opposed to
on their opening drives. Now they
addressing the left side of the offensive line.
Field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points.
All right, what's the last drive of Fluke
first
drive?
and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. It's Roberts. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Frazier. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Out to Roberts here on the quick pass. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw.
Oh.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on
We
it
got 94
are the trainers and the coaches.
Shit. Oh,
well
he's learned. He's learned his lessons from years past.
It's incomplete, and there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I need to see something. Why
Everything
is
looked right on that play except the conclusion?
why
He
is Derek
dropped it.
Brown in there? Was he in there? Now, why is he in there? I thought I fixed that depth chart here. Yeah. That's weird. Huh.
Traffic, maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Throwing now is Manning.
Oh.
And this one's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
To throw is Manning. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
To throw, it's Manning. He's going to float this one deep right side.
Got it. One fucking handed, too.
And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for Carolina. 49 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st
Damn
and
it,
10.
bro.
Now into a sea of defenders and
What the
intercepted.
fuck was that?
The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
What are you doing?
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Up the middle they go. Frazier. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
There we go. Get the ball. Pick it up.
And it's picked up
Score.
by the Panthers.
There we go. Get in. Yes.
And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery.
Who caused that? We'll find out. We don't have to replay it.
So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
Down.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Now the try here for the point after.
Trevin Wallace with the forced fumble.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Not liking these fucking
nice
running
way to
lanes
start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Partner, we always talk about how important third down is, but I think first down is equally important because everything comes off of that play. If the defense wins the down, they are able to attack. If the offense wins the down, they might go faster, do other things, and change things up. That big play right there allows this offense.
Yeah, I don't
really
understand why Derek Brown's in there.
2nd and 9 now.
Maybe it's just right end, left end.
Throw left side complete. That's Frazier. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Frazier. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Shut up, Charles.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
He's got speed.
Manning going to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
You know what I forgot to do?
Improvisation gets him up.
All right, remind me again. Okay, he's fourth there. Fucking froze on me, man. Alright, gonna have to fucking see the Geno Smith fucking cut thing again.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
What's next for
Hopefully it
there?
didn't fucking...
Because it's not Geno Smith, folks.
I'm hoping the playbook and all that shit's the same.
Back now on EA Sports as we welcome you
Yeah,
to
just,
Bank of America
power
Stadium
outage.
in Charlotte. Now Manning.
Oh,
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I see the
Sanders.
surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion
fucking
from
tempt
him.
me,
He's been
man.
on point this entire game.
He has
You know I'll do
percentage
it.
completion-wise way up. Not that time. Manning now to throw. Got a man. That's Liggett. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now Manning, a free play here. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, it's Taylor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
So why wouldn't one of our offensive linemen go
there in the
block
middle of
that
the
guy?
line? A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
Oh,
And that is incomplete,
that
but
looked
a penalty
horrible.
flag coming in. This could be a 1st down.
Where's the fucking penalty?
So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because
They're
3rd
not gonna
down is key
televise
for
it.
offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a 1st down here. Now Manning. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown.
First offensive touchdown of the season.
To their advantage.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
An extra point attempt to follow here. It's good to make it 17-7. A 10-play drive that time. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Nice,
and they'll
Junior.
get it down inside the 30 at the 27. Atlanta regains possession of the football. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man, complete. It's Frazier. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Frazier, and he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. The slot man in motion right. They go play action here on 1st down. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Looking to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. 2nd and 5. It's caught by Roberts. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Up the middle they go. Frazier. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll set up a throw. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
That's
From
tight end
6
again.
yards away. Yep. And the Falcons are back within a score.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was
there's the rookie tight end.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know
There's
that they're
Taylor.
not going to be shy about throwing that football. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. On play action, it's Manning. That one complete to Ligon. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Manning. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got
the rookie again.
And that's going to be good.
Number 89, Smith.
Down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. To throw is Manning. And he whips that one incomplete there.
He's looking rusty.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
To throw, it's Manning. Short throw to Smith.
Look at that
He gets
speed,
it all
man.
the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now Manning. And he'll take this.
The rookie again.
Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there with his 1st career touchdown in his 1st career game. And the Panthers are able to extend their lead. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on. And as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's get a pick here.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. And he's going to get this inside the 30. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3
Come
out
on,
of this,
86.
something
Show
about
us
whittling
something.
it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game.
86,
it has
man.
been
Come
moving
on, we're
well
watching
this
you.
series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Damn it, Scorpion.
That is caught, and down inside the 15 he goes. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back to throw again. Finding Henry here on the crossing route. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. A try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Brown now to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. One final try now for Manning. And that went to the right side and incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Plenty of good games to choose from in that early window. We'll highlight the one down in Tampa, a big test for the Bucs at home, as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And lastly, Monday Night Football has a good one lined up between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Panthers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. The tight end in motion right. Throwing is Manning. It's complete to Williams.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Who is it? We get? Okay. But
Again,
they're in
it's
zone.
Manning. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Manning gonna throw. Left side here to Sanders. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Throwing now is Manning. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now Manning. His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Manning now to throw.
Damn, open.
He's got it.
Nice throw, nice route, everything.
And Xavier Legette.
Beautiful.
A 24-yard touchdown. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Henry. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Frazier. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now a quick throw there,
Fucker
but
was
it's going
wide
to be
open
incomplete.
too. Probably would have scored.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come
All right,
up on
94,
3rd
86.
down.
We're watching you.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Catch it. Dude, you fucking
And that's
retard.
going to be incomplete. The contact
Jesus.
there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Man,
A
it's fucking
curious
defense,
decision
bro.
to go for it, but it pays off
Not
for
getting
the first
pressure.
down.
We're not
They'll
defending
send
well.
the tight end in motion.
We're not stopping the run well.
To the right side, he's got Parker.
Did okay there.
And this one's going to go the wrong way.
Can't
Losing
catch a
yardage
tipped
back
ball
at
that's
the
right above our
42.
head.
So
and
after
have,
the
like,
loss of a yard, they'll
3
look to push
seconds to
forward here
fucking
on 2nd down and
Get
11.
ready for it.
They'll look to throw again. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
There you go. Who is it? Peyton Wilson? Yes.
And the Panthers will take over possession here.
Finally.
Up at the 44. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. A nice read
fuck
on
does
your
Peyton
part.
do?
Sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. So after the INT, it's Manning. He'll rifle this one deep right
He's got
side.
it. What? He's looking at it again?
Inside the 10.
Dude.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
He's like trying to prove that we don't need Puka.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and
What
add this
the
one
fuck?
onto the list.
Holy
When
shit.
you can bite off more than half the field.
Okay,
on one
that's
play,
actually one of the best catches
things
I've
are
seen in
definitely
Madden.
working in your favor.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches, why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive
now we're
comeback,
seeing 86 in it.
It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 10. Back to throw here. He completes it to Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Get it.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively at 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, my goodness.
Receiver here, complete. It's
Dude.
Parker. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 47 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Now back to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
That was almost too easy.
A great effort there. There to make the grab.
That whole drive.
And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit.
All right, I'm going to make a change.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
If nothing else, just to see if it does something. Scared if I put Travis in, it's gonna fucking freeze on me again.
His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. That time a 6-play drive, and the Falcons score to cap it off. And bulldozing his way through. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Panthers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Now Manning.
Oh.
And that'll be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage.
I don't know what play that is.
Oh, he can run too.
Because I don't like two receivers streaking side by side. One guy took them both out. Who's this, 12? Oh, shit. Go, Travis. Go.
Here's Manning to throw. Forced out to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
He's going deep. Leggett. He got him. Is he in? Nope.
Taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. On third down, here's Taylor.
Nice call.
And
nice
a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. To throw is Manning. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To throw, it's Manning. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Manning to throw once more. He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, they've been flat getting it done. 8 for 9 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go
86,
and win a
to see
season
something,
opener.
bro.
But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Slant keeps the drive moving. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll find Parker again, complete. And he's brought down. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Back to throw again.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
All right, now 86 should be a one-on-one.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Looking to throw.
Oh!
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
And this one is right through, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Nice,
yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Back to Taylor on first down. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I'm just watching the fullback.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 86 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. From the gun, it's Manning. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Manning. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's brought down at the 34.
All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's get this guy in. Instead of Dow, let's go Hammond. Let's see if he does anything.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Parker. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Frazier. 2nd down and 6 now. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right.
Oh, come on, Fisk.
Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Are gonna suck after this game.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw.
No fucking pressure, man.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw here.
There you go.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the
Keep
other
running
side
backwards,
has
buddy.
got it.
Oh my goodness. Tried to fucking hurdle.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th
Pick it
down.
up.
They're going for it. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Panthers will get the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots. And right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Down to about the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This now a 3rd and 4. Manning now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a pickup of 6. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. 2nd and 6. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 112 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. From 17 yards out, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Charles, a well-drawn-up play, beautifully executed, and look at the scoreboard and where we're at in the second half. They are on their way to a 1-0 start to this season.
Exactly what every team in the league dreams of, winning your season opener, getting off to that good start, and building confidence for the rest of the season.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
There we go.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. It has been quite a display here in the opening game of the new season. Really, they're putting the rest of the NFL on notice. They are going to be title contenders as now they look to finish things off in the fourth quarter. On the handoff, Taylor. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Well, this was not just the
it
opener
wasn't
of a
the
brand
best.
new season, but this was a division
Defense
game
could have
here
been better.
in week one, and to come through with
Offense
a
made some
1-0 start
mistakes.
against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the
I
season.
mean, where would we be
Yeah,
if we
let's
didn't
pile
make
it all
those,
into
though?
one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Panthers, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
All right. A lot of fucking offense on both sides. Okay, let's see here. Hey, they had guys that got sacks. I don't remember Princely forcing a fumble. All right. Start the season off with a win against the Dirty Birds. Defense wasn't what I hoped. I'm going to have to figure out the scouts and all that shit, but I didn't see any injuries. Okay. Let's take a look at the Falcons, though. They had a couple guys. Sean Robinson being one of them. Oh, it was just a game. Yep, okay. Alright, that'll cover it. Next up is the Saints. I guess let's take a look at our schedule. Jets, Texans, Pats. Good to see Puka. Well, I would say a pretty challenging fucking schedule. Yeah. Kind of wondering here. Let's see. So who did the Saints have at quarterback? Okay, Nico. It's probably his last fucking year. To be honest with you. I'm just guessing. And then Bucks. Oh, okay, rookie. They tried to get on that rookie bandwagon, huh? Ryder Lions. At USC, they started Trevor Lawrence. Oh, Brad is. No, this is Ajiro Rivero. They don't look that scary, man. Alright, since this shit's already always programmed, we can kind of take a look and see how the rest of the division goes. I'll just ignore it because I need to get back to these rookie or draft class shit. Alright. Well, Saints and Bucks won. Let's see here. Team schedule. League schedule. See how their quarterback did. Holy shit. Not bad. Not that good. Either one. was the score on that one? 14-9. Yeah, I think we have the wait. Whose picks do we have here? Viking and Saints. Okay, that's right. I don't know who that is. Must have been assigned to us. Shit, I didn't even looked at that. All right, well that'll cover it. Until next time, we face the Saints.